Starmer just made a career-ending mistake. And the reason he gave? It might be the dumbest thing a prime minister has ever said. Because Andy Burnham, mayor of Manchester, Labour heavyweight, potential leadership threat, wants to become an MP again. Totally normal political move, happens all the time. Except Keir Starmer just blocked him. Not because of competence, not because of ideology, because it would cost too much money to hold a by-election. Back up. Let that sink in. A by-election, the most basic function of democracy. Sorry, can't afford it. And Labour MPs? They're furious. The excuse. Let me make sure you understand what Starmer actually said here, because the audacity is breathtaking. Show Starmer's statement. Andy Burnham wants to return to Parliament. He's been mayor of Manchester, successful, popular. He'd need to resign as mayor, triggering a mayoral election. Standard procedure. Lean against the desk. But Starmer's blocked it, and when asked why, his team said, a mayoral by-election would cost money. In a time of tight budgets, we can't justify the expense. Stand back. Let that sink in. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom just said we can't afford democracy. Not because there's a constitutional crisis, not because of emergency, because it costs money. Stop. Intense look at camera. But here's what Starmer doesn't want you to realize. This has nothing to do with money. Nothing. Pause for 1 second. This is about blocking a rival who scares him. Lean in, lower voice. Because Andy Burnham in Parliament isn't just another Labour MP. Pause for 2 seconds. He's the alternative Prime Minister sitting right behind Starmer every single day. And once you understand that fear, you understand why Starmer just made the stupidest political move of his career. Pace with building energy. If you don't follow UK politics closely, let me explain why Andy Burnham terrifies Starmer. Show Burnham's profile. Burnham, former health secretary, former leadership candidate, now mayor of Manchester, one of the most successful mayors in the country. Working class roots, northern accent, actually popular. Stop pacing. Everything Starmer isn't. Burnham connects with voters in a way Starmer never has. He's authentic, he's passionate, he doesn't sound like a lawyer reading from a script. And Labour members love him. Stand up. He's run for leadership before, lost to Ed Miliband, lost to Jeremy Corbyn, but he's always been there, always visible, always positioning. And now he wants back into Parliament, which means he wants back in the game. Lean in, lower voice. And here's the part that keeps Starmer up at night. If Burnham's in Parliament when Starmer falls, who becomes the next leader? Cross arms, serious tone. So let's be absolutely clear about what's happening here. Starmer's excuse, too expensive, is nonsense. Show cost breakdown. A mayoral by-election costs what? $5 million? Maybe $10 million? The UK government budget is over $1 trillion. That's 0.001% of annual spending. We can't afford democracy while spending billions on everything else? Please. Stop. Look at camera. This isn't about money. This is about control. Lean against the desk. Starmer knows that if Burnham gets into Parliament, he becomes an instant leadership contender. Every time Starmer stumbles, every time he fails, the question becomes, why isn't Andy Burnham leading this party? Stand up. And that question destroys Starmer's authority. So he's blocking Burnham, using money as an excuse. Serious tone, building. And Labour MPs? They're not buying it. Show MP reactions. Multiple Labour MPs have gone public, which in Westminster terms means there are dozens more furious privately. This is anti-democratic. Starmer's threatened by talent. We're blocking good people from serving because the PM is insecure? This is open rebellion. Stop. And here's what makes it worse for Starmer. Sit on desk edge. By blocking Burnham, he's made him more powerful, not less. Stand up. Burnham's now the martyr, the talented politician blocked by an insecure leader. Every interview Burnham does, every statement he makes, carries extra weight now. Walk toward camera. I wanted to serve. I was blocked for money. What does that tell you about this leadership? Devastating. Cross arms, analytical. But zoom out for a second, because the precedent this sets is insane. Show historical context. We can't afford by-elections isn't a principle, it's an excuse to block anyone you don't like. Pace. What's next? Sorry, we can't hold that general election, too expensive. Can't have that leadership contest, budget's tight. Democracy's on hold until finances improve. Stop, serious look. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Lean against the desk. Democracy costs money. Elections cost money. That's the point. You don't get to cancel it because you're worried about a rival. Stand up, building scenarios. So, where does this go? Show potential outcomes. Scenario 1. Starmer holds firm. Burnham stays blocked. The revolt grows. More MPs speak out. Starmer looks weak and authoritarian. Pace. Scenario 2. Starmer backs down. After consultation, we've found the budget. Looks even weaker, admits the money excuse was fake. Burnham comes to Parliament strengthened. Stop. Scenario 3. This becomes the excuse other Labour figures need. If Starmer's blocking Andy Burnham, he's clearly lost it. Time for him to go. Full leadership crisis. Sit on desk edge. Every scenario makes Starmer look terrible. Stand up, walk toward camera. Block Burnham, dictatorial. Unblock him, weak. Let it fester, chaotic. There's no win here. Serious tone, building to conclusion. So here's what you need to understand about Starmer blocking Andy Burnham. This isn't a personnel decision. This isn't budget management. Pause. This is a prime minister so terrified of a rival that he's willing to use the most transparent excuse in political history to keep him out. Intense, lean in. Too expensive. Lower voice. As if democracy has a price tag, as if the fundamental right to stand for Parliament can be cancelled over a rounding error in the national budget. Step back. The fury from Labour MPs isn't about Andy Burnham specifically. Pause. It's about a leader who's so weak, so insecure, so obviously threatened, lean in close, intense, that he'll block talent, invent excuses, and pretend it's about money when everyone knows it's about fear. Final beat. And here's the most dangerous part for Starmer. Lower voice. By blocking Burnham, he's confirmed exactly what everyone suspected. Hold for 1 second. He's not strong enough to compete with his own party's best people, so he has to keep them out. Hold for 2 seconds. Let it land. That's not leadership. That's the beginning of the end. So, what do you think? Is Starmer right to block Burnham, or is this pure insecurity? Is the money excuse credible or insulting? Should Burnham fight this or wait for Starmer to fall anyway? And does this revolt finish Starmer? Drop your thoughts below. This could be the moment his authority completely collapses. And if this breakdown showed you what this is really about, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Labour's civil war is accelerating, and we're covering every knife in every back. Thanks for watching. I'm out.